The night my house burned to the ground, the sky glowed orange like a scene from a nightmare. I stood in the street barefoot, holding a garden hose that couldn't do a thing as flames swallowed the home I'd built with my own 2 hands. The firefighters told me it looked intentional, and I already knew exactly who would be bold and foolish enough to do it. Karen, the HOA president, had been on a months-long rampage after I refused to pay a bogus architectural compliance fee for the shed I built in my own backyard. She'd sent letters, fines, threats, even tried trespassing once to take pictures for evidence. But when she learned the county inspector had actually approved my shed and shut down her entire scheme, that's when something in her snapped. Witnesses later reported seeing her lurking near my fence that night, pouring something from a red can before the fire erupted. At first, the cops weren't sure they had enough to arrest her until she posted on the neighborhood app bragging that I got what I deserved for disobeying HOA authority. Her digital fingerprints were all over the post. The investigation moved fast after that. Turns out she'd bought gasoline from the station down the hill, minutes before the fire, captured perfectly on camera, and her car was found with soot in the wheel well. When police arrived to arrest her, she tried shouting HOA bylaws like they were magic spells that could save her, but handcuffs don't bend for Karens. The months that followed were exhausting. I lived in temporary housing, fighting insurance, rebuilding from ashes while preparing to testify. But I never imagined the moment she'd walk into my courtroom, because yes, as fate would have it, I'm a county judge. Conflict of interest rules meant I couldn't oversee her trial, but I could be present for sentencing as the victim. And the day she entered that room, in an orange jumpsuit shackled at the wrists, she looked at me like she still couldn't believe I'd survived what she did. Her lawyer spoke, the prosecutor spoke. The judge reviewed the evidence, and then finally, she was given her fate, 20 years, no parole for the first 10, and mandatory restitution for every dollar I lost. As the gavel fell, Karen broke, ranting about HOA power, about respect, about how I ruined her life. But all I could think about was the home she tried to erase from, existence and the freedom she tried to take from me. When the deputies finally escorted her out, she turned one last time expecting anger. Instead, I met her stare with calm. Because justice wasn't revenge, it was closure. And as I walked out of the courtroom, the smoky memory of my burned home no longer felt like a weight. It felt like a chapter that ended exactly where it needed to, with Karen behind bars, and me free to rebuild everything she tried to destroy.